What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Monday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. They're linked in the description to this video as always, so go ahead and check them out there. So we had a really busy weekend. Friday and Sunday also had some fair weather going on. So we're going to talk about what storms happened, where, and highlighting our higher end maps. And then into today, we have two risk areas, one for the southeast, one for Texas. Texas is looking a little more conditional, so we're going to go ahead and talk about that as well. And then tomorrow is not looking as conditional. It's looking like there's probably going to be some decent weather going on through the Mississippi Valley. It is going to be late overnight, so we're going to talk about that as well. So let's just jump right in here to our storm reports from Friday. Usually it's yesterday, but Friday was very, it was statistically significant here into Friday. So if you saw our stories, the last time we had this many hail reports in one day was in 2012. So 11 years ago. So this was a very active day through the Mississippi Valley and the Ohio Valley on Friday. Again, over 300 hail reports starting down through the south. We had some that went through East Texas and into Tennessee, all the way through parts of the southeast. Multiple tornado warnings. You can see all the reports here for that. Significant one went through Little Rock, Arkansas. We got a bunch that happened in and around the Memphis suburbs, and then more for Tennessee and Alabama, as well as some wind reports. Then up to the north, hail galore, all the way from Missouri up into the Chicagoland area, up into even Michigan. Got severe hail into Friday with more tornadoes to go around as well as severe winds. And then finally things started to taper off once you get all the way up into Wisconsin and Minnesota. But regardless, still a fair amount of activity even into La Crosse, up north of Madison, got hail on Friday. So hail everywhere, wind everywhere, and lots of tornadoes to go around on Friday as well. So let's go ahead and look at our significant hail maps from Friday. First one's going to be a 3-star for the state of Illinois, specifically through Peoria, Belleville, and Frankfort. Here's our Peoria swath with those baseballs that started down to the southeast of Canton, rode all the way up through the city, and finally fizzled off once it got past Orlo. But regardless, hit a good chunk of people there in Peoria, as well as parts of the Chicago area, got some quarters. So over 100,000 homes impacted with this storm, and we got some large hail with this system that passed through Illinois. So 3-star out of that. Then we got 3 more for you. So number 2 here is 4-star that happened in Missouri here, all right, of all places. Columbia, Hannibal, and Mexico, Missouri had a bunch of large hail that passed through the Missouri and Illinois state line. For the Hannibal swath, got really large hail. Again, baseballs reported with that storm there, and again, over 100,000 homes impacted by severe hail. Lots of it was large hail, so making that a 4-star for you guys. Then into Iowa, got large hail as well. Again, it was a very busy day. Us meteorologists were working hard. It was a long night, but Ames, Centerville, and Davenport, Iowa were hit by severe hail. Here's our Centerville swath with up to 2.5-inch stones. Then up into Ames, only golf balls, but still golf balls regardless, up through Ames, Iowa. And so that hit over 70,000 homes with all of those hail swaths combined. So made that a 3-star. Then for you guys down in Dallas, Sunday had a little bit in store for you as well. Dallas-Fort Worth, specifically Fort Worth, got hit again with some large hail up to golf balls through the Fort Worth metro area, fizzling off by the time it got to Euless. But regardless, some large hail, and you guys already got some earlier this year. So this is your second round of significant hail that passed through the city. So got a 3-star out of that for you guys. Locations are Fort Worth, Longview, and Temple, Texas. We'll go ahead and look at that Temple swath. Got some large hail just to the south of the city, 2.5 inches there, as well as 2.5-inch swath for Longview. So again, over 150,000 homes hit with this map. So 3-star for Fort Worth, Longview, and Temple, Texas yesterday. So now for today, Texas does have another risk. It is conditional. The southeast risk is already going on. There you go with that tornado watch in effect for the area. And we've got this band of storms, and some areas are kind of bowing out and spinning, so we got a chance for some high winds as well as tornadoes as those continue off to the southeast. Then for Texas, clear skies, sunny day. We do have a little bit of a disturbance coming through. And that's part of what's making this conditional. It's a disturbance, but is it enough of one to get storms? Some models are showing a couple of storms through the area, some models are showing nothing, and it really just depends on how much forcing we can get through there. But right now, sunny skies, packing a bunch of instability. If anything can happen, it'll probably be some large hail. Then for the rest of us, feeling like spring, 61 degrees in Kansas City, 56 down in Atlanta, all the way into the 80s through the south, 82 in Dallas right now. So very nice day before we have another cold front move through. Here's that future jet stream. There's that little disturbance that's moving through the southeast, forcing our storms that are ongoing right now. Then into tomorrow, this trough is going to advance off to the east with a cold front, with a dry line, all that good stuff. Going to stir up some storms through the Mississippi Valley for Tuesday into the evening. That's going to start to tilt off to the, from the northwest to the southeast. It's going to drive our cold front dry line that way, so things could be pretty intense Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then we'll have another risk for you on Wednesday as that lifts off into Canada and the northeast. There's that cold front. Not a ton going on early in the day, but there we are by Tuesday at 6 p.m. You can see that temperature gradient starting to close together. And as you have that happening, that helps us get some really powerful storms. You want that temperature or just air mass gradient to be really significant, and that forces storms a lot, more significantly than when it's weaker like this, which it is by Wednesday at 12 p.m. And then it starts to get more diffuse as it moves through the Ohio Valley and eventually tapers off by Thursday. Same thing for the dry line though. Here it goes by Tuesday afternoon, so pretty decent for there. Austin, Texas for tomorrow, not a ton, but you could get some storms today if anything can fire. So it would be today if anything, but it's looking very conditional. So keep an eye out for this afternoon and evening. We'll see what we can get. But into tomorrow, you got that dry line that's moving through the central plains, and then once that cold front hits it, storms are going to go up pretty hard through the Mississippi Valley, and then again, driving eastward into Thursday. So let's go ahead and take a look at our last little variable here, our significant tornado parameter into today and tomorrow. So for today, we've already got, again, that band of storms going through the southeast. That's looking pretty good. Here we go down just south of Dallas, all the way to just north of San Antonio. Got a little pocket of instability. So again, if that disturbance can force that environment enough and kind of basically just hit it hard enough, we could get some storms going up. Just depends on how strong that is. Then into tomorrow, things are looking a lot different. There we are all the way from Davenport down into Fort Smith with a pretty high significant tornado parameter through the region. And with that, we could see some pretty powerful storms tracking through by 6 p.m., starting up. And then by the time a line forms by Wednesday at midnight, things are looking a lot more significant as that tracks through. So here's what things look like here on our future radar with those first storms passing through the south and east. Going to get a couple of cells here that could potentially produce a tornado or some gusty winds. It's going to be pretty scattered, but that's going to finally make its way off the coast by around 9 p.m. Then there you go, quiet night ahead. Then for you guys in Texas, starting out quiet, and let's see, there you go. There's that one little storm that our models are showing. Now, with the shape of that, it could potentially produce some pretty large hail, but again, will it form? So if it does, it's got the potential to track into just south of Dallas. I think that's like the Waxahachie area, and then fizzle out once it does with, again, some large hail initially as it tracks that way. It kind of depends. So for now, putting out a orange swath for you guys in Texas, keeping it at quarters for you guys in the southeast, Dothan, Alabama. Low end chance for you guys to see hail with that line that's tracking through, but hail is still possible with it. Then in Texas, don't want to sound too much like a broken record, but again, conditional. Dallas all the way into just the northern parts of San Antonio is where things have been consistently putting that potential storm or two. So it's going to be very scattered if it does form at all. So keeping you on the lowest of low end chances, but if storms do form, they could potentially produce large hail, golf ball size, or potentially even greater. So that's what we have for our wind or hail forecast in today. Wind is going to be pretty much the same area, same reasoning. Extending our swath a little bit in the southeast since it's a line, going to track through down into Jacksonville, Florida, and we do have a chance for some isolated cells to continue to form through Alabama. So keeping you guys on the low end. Dothan, again, you guys have the best chance to see strong winds with that line right now. Then back into Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth. you got a low end chance to see some winds potentially with that storm. Then for tornado risk, going to be pretty much the same once again. Down into the southeast where we got that wind swath for you guys. That's where we'll have our tornado chance. Any spin-ups along that line could potentially produce a quick tornado, but we're not looking at any supercellular storms, so that's some good news for you guys down in the southeast. And then down in Texas through San Antonio all the way to Dallas-Fort Worth, low-end chance for you guys. Then into tomorrow, things are really going to kind of start picking up here. It's going to be a quiet day overall, and then into the evening and late overnight is when we're potentially seeing those storms. So by 2 p.m., we could see a couple of storms forming near the Milwaukee area, then tracking into Michigan. That's going to kind of be the prequel to what we have going on later on. There we go, around the Davenport area with multiple supercells expected to form by around 5 p.m., tracking up to the northeast through the Chicago-Milwaukee area once again. And then more tracking up through St. Louis before we get a line potentially forming down through the Tulsa and just to the east of Kansas City area. And that could produce even more storms that track through St. Louis into early Wednesday morning. So taking a look at down south and what we got down there, you got a couple of storms forming by around 9, 10 p.m. and then more supercells tracking between Fort Smith and Little Rock all the way up into just south of St. Louis by around 11 p.m. Those are going to continue up to the northeast, and then you get that line forming just to the east of Springfield, making its way all the way through Fort Smith into the Little Rock area, possibly even Dallas, Texas by Wednesday at 4 a.m. So again, it's going to be a late night and potential for some strong storms passing through with that line. There we are by 7 a.m. So again, late overnight, but we have all risks on the table. So for tomorrow's hail forecast, all the way from the upper Mississippi Valley into East Texas has a chance to see severe hail. If you guys are just south of La Crosse, all the way into St. Louis, you got a chance to see some large hail, maybe even ping pong balls. Best chance for large hail is going to be where we're seeing those initial supercells developing around Davenport, all the way down into north central Missouri. So Des Moines, Davenport, you guys have the best chance on the map here to see some severe hail into tomorrow. But if it makes it into Chicago, you guys could get some as well. Indianapolis, low end chance for you. Then all the way down to the south. Keeping Dallas on the low end chance once again, because you guys are kind of just to the west of where that line is supposed to fall. But if it can get out that far west, severe hail for you guys, for Shreveport, Little Rock, Springfield, with the largest hail going to be right where those storms initiate. Then for wind, going to be pretty much a similar area here. Where that cold front meets that dry line, that's where we're tending to get those storms. So down on the southern part of our risk, Dallas, Shreveport, again, you guys have a low end chance, Memphis. Where that line is really driving through, that's where you have those moderate chances. So St. Louis, Springfield, Little Rock, all the way up into Des Moines and Chicago, where the center of that low is going to pass. That's where your best chances of seeing some strong winds are going to be. But Indianapolis and La Crosse, as well as even parts of Grand Rapids, Michigan, could see some strong winds into tomorrow. Then for tornadoes, looks a lot like Friday's risk, where we have a couple of different hatched areas. But that's just because we got the center of the low tracking up north where we get those supercells, and then we have that line tracking down south. Then down for Dallas and into Memphis, low end chances for you guys, Shreveport, Springfield, and St. Louis. You got a moderate chance with that line passing through. Little Rock, high end chance because the bulk seems to be passing your way. Then up into Des Moines, Chicago, St. Louis, low end chance. And then if you guys got those isolated supercells near Davenport, tell me how to pronounce it and I'll pronounce it the right way. But Davenport, I think you got those isolated supercells tracking through, so high end chance for tornadoes along with those, as well as large hail. So just leaving you guys with the most at-risk cities for tomorrow. You got a high end if you guys are in any parts of really eastern Iowa. Then Chicago, moderate to high for you guys if those storms can make their way into the area. Then Milwaukee and Dallas, low end chance for you, but a chance nonetheless. So that's what we have for today and tomorrow. Potential to see a busy, night into Tuesday through Wednesday. So go ahead and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. Smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can go ahead and scan that QR code link up above me or click the link in the description. If you're watching on your phone, you can get a demo of our products as well as sign up. Or if you want to get in contact with us, just call us at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll let you know what's happening with your risks into tomorrow. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.